Welcome back to my channel. So today, as promised last week, I wanted to share with you a really delicious fish dish for a pan-seared salmon. Now there's tons of recipes out there for pan-seared salmon. It's a pretty simple technique, but it's the side dishes of this recipe that I love. These two side dishes are things that you will see most often served here in my little coastal town in France. You'll usually get one of these, but if your plate comes with both of them, then you're really lucky. And the best part is, all of these side dishes can be made in advance, and all you have to do is reheat them and cook your salmon. So it makes it perfect for a dinner party. The first is for a creamy leek dish known as a fondue de poireaux. It's only me here today for lunch, so I'm only gonna make one portion, but the recipe below includes a serving for 4. So I'm just gonna add my butter in the pan until it starts to get nice and melted. Then you're going to add your beautiful sliced leeks. I know this looks like a ton of leeks, but they will cook down, I promise. And you really want enough leeks for each person to take you through each bite of fish because it really does pair so well. Then go ahead and season with salt and pepper, and then just continue to cook your leeks until they're nice and translucent, a little bit caramelized and wilted. Okay, these look good. Now we want to reduce our heat to medium-low, and then we're going to add the creme fraiche. Now, it may look solid now, but just wait. It'll melt to like the creamiest texture. Now here in France, we get really great creme fraiche, but in the States, my favorite brand was always Bellwether Farms. I think that is the closest to French creme fraiche. It's really great. If your grocery store does not carry creme fraiche, then I would just use a little bit of heavy cream. I just wouldn't go too far with it because you want this to be creamy but not runny because of everything else we have going on the plate. We've got the fish and we have the sweet potatoes, and we don't really want them all running together. We want everybody to stay in their little swim lanes. Then all you have to do is transfer your yummy leeks to a bowl, let them cool, and pop in the fridge. Okay, now for our sweet potato puree. Now, this is something that's become very trendy here in France the last few summers. And at first it struck me as strange because sweet potato is something we normally serve in the fall in the States, but wait until you try it with fish. It is so delicious and will become your new favorite thing. I have just been so shocked by how big the sweet potatoes are here in France. I don't know what they're feeding them, but this is the size of my sweet potato. Just to give you an idea, here's a regular, like medium-sized onion. When I put it next to the sweet potato, you can really see how big it is. So you at home, I would just factor 1 small to medium sweet potato per person, and then take your fork and just stab it on all sides of the sweet potato. Then just put your sweet potato on a sheet pan and roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. It can take as much as an hour and a half for something like this, but for 2 to 4 sweet potatoes, it could take anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. This is what the potato should look like when it's really well done. It'll be all wrinkly, and this is kind of the easy part, is that the skin starts to separate from the flesh, making it really easy to peel. All right, so we are gonna peel this lovely sweet potato and put it in our food processor, and then just blend it up. All right, then you wanna add a little bit of melted butter, and then give that a pulse. And then just to smooth it out a little bit, I like to add some milk just in 1 tablespoon increments. It's really just to preference, so we're gonna start with a tablespoon. Again, you don't want it too runny because of the way we're gonna plate it. And also, the more milk you add, the more you'll dilute the flavor of the sweet potato. So we don't wanna dilute it too much. We just want a nice creamy texture. And I will say we are there. Now you can add a little bit of salt and pepper if you like. It'll just spike all those sweet flavors. So now we're gonna put our sweet potato in its little bowl so that this is all ready to go. And one tip I have for you is see if you can find 2 bowls that are roughly the same size that you can put in your microwave together, because then that way you can just heat them up together and it'll make the whole thing so much easier when it comes time to plate your fish. So I have a beautiful fillet of salmon here. You really could do this with any type of fish you like. I like the salmon because I think it pairs really well with the leeks and the sweet potato. I buy it with the skin on because I think it keeps a lot of the moisture of the fish and prevents it from drying out. You do want to pat it with a paper towel. If your fish is wet from being in the package, it'll just sort of steam up, it won't sear. And we want that nice sort of crispy top. Then you can season with a little bit of salt and pepper. Then make sure your pan is on a medium-high flame. You want it nice and hot. So again, that we get a beautiful sear. I'm just gonna put a drizzle of oil in the pan and then drop your fish in flesh side down. Let it go until the bottom of the fish is about 1/4 of an inch opaque. Then you can flip it. Ooh, lovely, see? And you'll see a beautiful golden brown top. Now, I do think it's a little bit easier to finish your fish in the oven because that way it's passive cooking and then you can go heat up your side dishes in the microwave. So I've heated up mine, and here is the way I like to plate it. I like to put this on a darker plate just so that the colors of the leeks and the fish and the sweet potato really pop. So you're gonna put down your leeks first, kind of in like a oval, long pattern. Then you're gonna put your fish slightly overlapping on the leeks, just like so, because we need to allow room for our sweet potatoes. Then you can add a little squeeze of lemon juice on top of your fish. And I also like to add some freshly chopped parsley. It just gives it a really lovely freshness. And then we are going to add our delicious sweet potatoes. You can do it just in like 2 or 3 little mounds. And then you can also add a few chives on top. It's delicious, it's fresh, and it's inspired by my little town here in France. I hope you guys give it a try and let me know what you think, and I'll see you back here next time. Until then, bye.